Today I'll cover the actually useful accessories for the Leica M6, or for pretty much any film camera really. The first ones aren't really accessories because you do need them to take photos, and these are lenses. I own 3 of them, a 50 f2 Summicron, a 28 f2.8 Elmarit, and a 90 f4 Elmar C. The 50mm is by far the lens I use the most. It stays pretty much all the time on my camera. I took some of my favorite photos with it, and it always comes with me when I go out shooting. The 28 is probably the one that I use the least. I started using it for street photography, but I never really got the hang of it, and I prefer the distance the 50 gives me. Now I only use it indoors, often paired with a flash, but that's about it. I probably should try again and work on it because it's a pretty good lens. The 90 is the last lens I bought. I did a video on it a few weeks ago. I really like this focal length. It gives me more reach than the 50, but it's still easy to picture the framing in your head before the shot. It's a happy medium between a telephoto lens and a medium focal length. The first real accessory on the list is a 0.6 MRC Nano Master ND filter from BW. It fits my 50 and my 90, and I bought it to protect my lenses during a weekend in the French Alps, and also to block some of the light reflected by the snow. It's well made, and so practical in fact that I decided to keep it instead of reselling it when I got back. Since I mostly shoot on sunny days, 75% of my photos are actually taken with this filter on. The second accessory hiding in this middle pouch is a Leica SF20 flash. Very compact, easy to use, it has 3 modes, manual, auto and TTL. And even if I use an M6 TTL, I prefer the manual mode. It gives you more control overall on your settings, depending on the scene you want to photograph. I've mostly used it during parties with friends. It's really easy to use, and once you set it, you don't have to think about it anymore, and it's just not cumbersome to carry around your neck. An extra battery. You don't need one because you can use your M6 at every shutter speed without it and use just Sony 16 or an extra light meter to meter the light, but a battery died on me when I was shooting the Chinese New Year celebration in Paris this year, and sure, I could use my camera, and I did use my camera without it, but I still rely on it a lot, so now I keep an extra battery, just in case. A cloth and a rubber blower are also really useful to clean your gear on the go or when you get back home. A tripod. It doesn't have to be this small, obviously. I have 2 of them, this small one and a regular one that I'm using right now, paired with a simple trigger like this, and you can experiment with longer shutter speeds. And obviously you'll need some film. I store my film in the fridge. I mostly shoot negative color film like Color Plus and Gold. I've also shot slide film and black and white film. I have this very basic Google sheet where I log the film I use, dates, cameras, places. It makes it easier to sort through this data, see what gear you actually use if you own several cameras, or what film stocks you use the most. Nothing fancy, it's a free template available on Google Sheet that you can just custom to your liking. So this is everything that I use for film photography, not at once of course, but this is the gear that I really use. It's already a very expensive hobby, so better stick with simple but effective stuff when you can. There are some things you just can't cheap out on, like filters for instance, but other than that, spend money on the right stuff or the things you really want.